We've all been preparing for the 20th anniversary for quite some time now. But now that we have an actual date for the event, the hype cannot be stopped, because we are definitely getting a trailer for a new Kingdom Hearts game. I feel extremely confident in saying that. I mean, it's the 20th anniversary of the series. It's Square. It's Disney. They've been preparing for this moment for years now. Likely since the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. You just know they have a game reveal in their back pocket. But as to what exactly that game may be, people are still quite divided. Some are speculating a Kingdom Hearts 4, while others are of the mind that we need some sort of Verum Rex game first. And then, of course, we still have Kairi in need of training. That's a game right there. Not to mention all the other plot points that still need resolving. So today on Keifi's Corner, I thought we could take a look at the next game in the series, including the characters that I feel are guaranteed to be playable in the next game. Let's start off with Yozora, who is almost assuredly guaranteed to be playable in the next Kingdom Hearts game. As I've argued before, you don't spend all this time developing a character, companions for the character, creating intriguing story, and a complete moveset for the character unless you plan on making them playable in some way, shape, or form. And then there's the whole Tetsuya Nomura angle. For those unawares, he had started the creation of Final Fantasy Versus 13, but was then taken off the project as he had several other ongoing projects at the time, such as Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, Versus 13 then got rebranded to Final Fantasy 15, which is extremely fun, and I do enjoy it, but Nomura's specific vision and direction for the game was lost. However, it appears that Versus 13 is being reborn into Kingdom Hearts, especially when you take into account the fact that the name Noctis Lucius Caelum from Final Fantasy 15 in Latin means night sky, and Yozora, in Japanese, also means night sky. So it's not much of a stretch to assume that Nomura still hasn't quite let his vision die. And fortunately for us, Kingdom Hearts is the means with which we will finally be able to see this brought to light. And another reason I can easily see Yozora being playable is due to his two companions, Magia and Aegis. They seem far too similar in both name and abilities to the type of abilities and attacks that Donald and Goofy use when they accompany Sora. Magia would cast magic, obviously, and use spells just like Donald, while Aegis, which is also a type of shield, would be more defensive and use some shield-oriented attacks. It's perfect for those who are used to playing as just Sora, because the companions are extremely similar. So learning Yozora's moveset may be a little bit easier if you can anticipate how your companions will act in battle. But one thing is almost certain at this point. Even if it's just for a prologue, like in Kingdom Hearts 2 with Roxas, or in a fragmentary passage with Aqua, we will get to play as Yozora, Magia, and Aegis. It just makes too much sense. Now, Riku is another character whom I feel is destined to be playable in the next game, especially if the ending of Melody of Memory was any indication. Because he's not just having dreams of Quadratum anymore. He is in Quadratum, in unreality, searching for his friend Sora. And I can see plenty of interesting scenarios playing out en route to him finally finding his friend, but almost all of them consist of Riku being playable for at least a segment of the game. Why else have him go to Quadratum, if not to use his powers as a Keyblade Master to help search for Sora? And even if Sora is playable in the next game, which I'm still torn on, expect Riku to be involved for about half the game as well, similar to how he was in Chain of Memories and Dream Drop Distance. But unlike Chain of Memories, it appears as though he's now on his own, without the help of King Mickey, who's busy in Scala ad Caelum. So, while I expect to have companions for Yozora, it's interesting to note that Riku is completely alone, without help from any of his friends. It'll be interesting to see how his gameplay reflects this, because I'm sure he will be playable in some way in the next Kingdom Hearts game. So those are the two characters, Riku and Yozora, whom I feel are almost certain to not only lead us into Phase 2, but to be playable characters in the next game as well. And can you imagine a half Riku, half Yozora game with the two of them racing to find Sora before the Master of Masters can enact his final plan? Just saying that gets me pretty hyped for the future of the series. But I want to know what you think, particularly what character or characters you feel will be playable in the next game. And will Sora be a playable character as well? Or will we spend a game or two searching for him, trying to save him? Just leave your thoughts and theories in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit like, share, or subscribe if you've enjoyed this or any of my other videos. But even more importantly than that, have yourself a fantastic day. May your heart be your guiding key, my friends. And happy gaming.